Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox fan coming to you from Al Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to play a baseball game using card and dice, Strat-O-Matic, between the 1968 Tigers and the 1985 St. Louis Cardinals. And another one of our 60s Meet the 80s challenge. And Denny McLain will be taking on John Tudor. Danny McLain went 31-6 in the year of the pitcher with a 1.96 ERA, striking out 280, but he did allow 31 gopher balls. John Tudor for the 1985 St. Louis Cardinals, who would lose to the Royals in 1985 in the World Series, was 21-8 with a 1.93 earned run average. People forget what a great year the lefty had, John Tudor. And he gave up 14 gopher balls and struck out 169. Here at the stadium, we have Hoisters Cards and Coins. How you doing? I think I mispronounced that. I think it's Joysters. Joesters. Jeez, Al. Read the English. Joesters Card and Coins. I just subscribed to that channel. It's a fun channel. He picked up some really, I'm pretty sure it's the video I watched. He picked up some really cool cards at a tag sale. Though he did get Joe Negro mixed up with his brother Phil. I'll leave it at that. That was kind of funny, but it was a really nice video. And hats off, and may your channel grow to 1,000 and beyond, my friend. All right, so we're going to play some dice baseball. And remember, ID Gestures on tonight. I want to say they start at 8, so if we run a little late, you can easily jump over there if you'd like. I'll be coming over after I finish the game. As you know, doing these games relaxes me, and I had an aggravating day, so I want some relaxation. We're playing basic because the 60s cards I have do not have an advanced side. And we're playing with the hold rule, and I'll just tell you that right now, that the catcher for the 1968 Tigers, freehand is a 1 rating, so that's a -4 on the hold. That counts against steals and base running when the ball's in play. And the catcher for the 85 Cardinals will be Nieto. He's a 2 rating, and that's a -3 on the hold. So let's get to the ball game. As Bleacher Bums Gaming has joined us, as he's going to be watching on the treadmill. Another wonderful channel. He has his boxing game. I want to say it's going to, I remember it starts with an M. Not the game, that's Glory Days Boxing, but the month. It's either going to release in March or May, and he was kind enough to give me a beta test. We have a couple of videos up on the channel. I will be purchasing it once it comes available. Wonderful, wonderful boxing game. Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming, also a tremendous historian of baseball, football, and all kinds of fun things. And fun facts galore. All right, let's get to the game so we can get the ID gesture. I'll probably be there a little late. Again, he starts at 8 with Dave Little on his interview show. Feel free to go there, but I will play my game out. All right, so here we go. Let's go with the starting lineups. I rolled, and the home team will be the Cardinals. The visiting team will be the 68 Tigers. Leading off for the Tigers is Mickey Stanley, and he's at shortstop. A 4 defender at short. And he batted .259 with 11 home runs. Followed by, we are playing with a designated hitter. You know I like a DH. Gates Brown. And in 1968, in 92 at-bats, batted .370 with 6 homers. Batting third, Al Kaline. He's in right. .287 with 10 home runs. The cleanup hitter playing left field, Willie Horton. .285 with 36 home runs. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Bill Freehand. .263, 25 home runs. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Norm Cash. .263 and 25 home runs, rinse and repeat. Batting seventh in center field, Jim Northrup. .264 and 21 homers. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Dick McAuliffe. .249 and 16 home runs. And batting ninth, playing third base, excellent on defense, not so much with the stick, is Don Wirt. He batted .200, but he did have 12 homers. On the mound, as I stated, Denny McLain, 31-6 with a 1.96 for the Tigers. for the hometown St. Louis Cardinals. Leading off, Vince Coleman. You got to keep these batters off the base paths. He's a AAA Steeler. He batted .267, a homer, and 40 ribbies. Willie McGee is in center field. He batted second, .353 with 10 homers and 82 RBI. Tommy Herr, second base, batting third, a .302 average, 8 homers, but he drove in 110. Batting fourth, the DH, Jack the Ripper, Jack Clark, .281, 22 homers, 87 ribbies. Batting fifth, playing first base, Cesar Cedeno, .291, 9 homers, 49 runners knocked in. Batting sixth, the Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith, .276, 6 homers, 54 ribbies. Batting seventh in right field, Andy Van Slyke, .259, 13 home runs, 55 runners knocked in. Batting eighth at third base, Terry Pendleton, .240, 5 home runs, 69 runners knocked in. And batting ninth, doing the catching, Tom Nieto, .225, no homers, 34 ribbies. And Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. As Strat-O-Matic Delaware is here at the ballpark. Hope all is well. Another fun channel. He's got lots of new games up. Check him out, including some red, white, and blue racing. So here we go. It will be John Tudor to face Mickey Stanley. Again, we're playing basic. The 60s cards I have do not have advanced. All right. Tudor picks up the sign from Nieto. Here's the pitch to Mickey Stanley. And that is a 6-8 off the Tudor card. 6-8. And that is a swing and a miss. He strikes out Stanley. 1 away. Good start for the lefty John Tudor, the former Red Sox. And here comes Gates Brown, the designated hitter. .370 batting average in 1968. The windup and the pitch from Brown, to Brown from Tudor, excuse me. And that is a 2-9 off the Gates Brown card. 2-9. And the split is a 14. Line shot right at the second baseman, Tommy Herr. He makes the catch, 2 away. He hit the ball on the screws, but right at Herr. So 2 outs, base is empty for Al Kaline, the Tiger right fielder. Kaline digs in. Tudor picks up the sign, the windup, and the pitch to Al Kaline. And that is a 1-8. Off the Kaline card, 1-8, ground ball to the Wizard of Oz. He scoops it up, he throws to first, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the 68 Tigers. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. When next the Tigers come up, it'll be Willie Horton. Due up for the Cardinals, Coleman, McGee, and Herr. Sounds like a song. They'll face Denny McLain. Here's Vince Coleman, AAA Steeler. You want to keep him off the base paths. The -4 will not apply to him because he's a AAA base stealer. Denny McLain looks in, nods his head. Here's the pitch from the 31-game winner. And that is a 2-7 off the Coleman card. 2-7. Line shot right at Stanley at short. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. He hit the ball hard, but right at Mickey Stanley, 1 away. Willie McGee steps to the plate with that .353 batting average. He's a AA Steeler. Setting the target is Freehand. Here's the pitch to Willie McGee. And that is a 2-6 off the McGee card. 2-6, ground ball to second. And I'll be out number 2. Nice play by McCullough. So 2 outs, no one on for Tommy Herr. Tommy Herr. He of the long hair and the no... I remember he wore the old school batting helmet, no ear flaps. McLain peers in, picks up the sign. He rocks and delivers to Tommy Herr, and that is a 4-3. What will it be? We shall see off the Denny McLain card. 4-3. That is a swing and a miss and a strikeout. So 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. We go to the top of the second. No score here in St. Louis. When next the Cardinals come up, it'll be Jack the Ripper, Jack Clark, who once, while playing for the Red Sox, destroyed a bathroom. See who else is at the ballpark. Jason Parker is here. And Sports Time Machine. And that's Mr. Utah Mike. Thank you for joining us here. And Jason, welcome to the chat. Hope you're enjoying yourself. He says, I am a baseball and football guy primarily. Not sure what the best basketball sim is. I like Action PC basketball on the P. That's my favorite. I played my mythical UMass game against the 1972 Soviet Olympic team with Dr. J. That was a lot of fun. I like Action PC. I like Action PC. Baseball Demos is at the ballpark. Check out his 1977 replay with the Cubs and White Sox. Mostly, he's giving you a lot of the White Sox game. I listened to a little bit last night, and I finished it off this morning. White Sox Angels, good game. Check it out. All right. So here's Willie Horton to face John Tudor. The windup and the pitch to Willie Horton, and that is a 5-8 off the Tudor card. 5-8 fly ball to center field. Camping is Northrup. Camping is McGee. He makes the catch. 1 down. So Horton flies out to McGee. And here comes the catcher, Bill Freehand. Tudor nods his head. Nieto sets the target. Pitch homeward bound. And that is a 3-9 off the Freehand card. 3-9. And that is a strikeout looking on the off-speed pitch. He fooled him. Set up nicely with the fastball. And that's Tudor's second strikeout. So there's 2 down. And first baseman Norm Cash steps to the plate hoping to cash in. He awaits the Tudor offering. Here's the pitch. And Tudor deals Cash 3-3-3. So that's a 3-6 off the Cash card. 3-6, and that's a single. So Cash makes some change with the single. Keeps the inning alive. So 2 outs, Cash at first. Not very fast, 1 through 12. E-base stealer. And here comes Jim Northrup, the center fielder. He had 21 home runs in 68. Would love to give the 68 Tigers a 2-0 lead. Tudor gave up 14 gopher balls. Here's the pitch to Jim Northrup, and that is a 3-9 off the Northrup card. 3-9, and that is a swing and a miss. The side is retired. Tudor picks up his 3rd strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 2nd, still scoreless. When next the Tigers come up, it will be Dick McCullough, the second baseman, leading things off. Jason Parker asks, what is my favorite sport? Well, it's baseball and boxing. I love boxing. We have our mythical heavyweight tournament, which we'll be getting back to on the channel. I like football. I like hockey. But I'd say baseball, boxing, and football. I like all sports, to be honest with you. But those boxing and baseball are my favorites. Yeah. And I do like football. Thank you for the question. As baseball demos, Willie Horton, here's a who. Baseball demos, 85 cards, underrated, Don Deckinger. Yes, he did. Worst call ever. I've said this before, and I'd like maybe we can get you on the channel along with Mr. Utah Mike and anyone else to talk about that. If I was Whitey Herzog, and let me just say this, I was rooting for the Royals in that World Series because I wanted Dick Hauser to win the World Series. Whitey got his in '82. I would have took my team right off the field because I want to say it was Bowie Kuhn was still the commissioner. And he was sitting first base side. I would have took my team right off the field. I said, we just won the World Series. My team is done. My team is done. I'm taking my team off the field. That's what I would have done. And I said that as a kid watching it. 85, I would have been 14. Well, a teenager. So I would have took my team right off the field. I remember yelling at the TV, my mom and dad going, but you're rooting for the Royals. I go, yeah, but they just blew the World Series. That's a horrible call. All right, due up for the Cardinals of '85, who, again, were robbed of the World Series. Clark, Cedeno, and Smith. So here comes Jack the Ripper. Jack Clark, 22 home runs. Denny McLain has given up 31 gopher balls in 68. McLain deals to Clark, and that is a 4-11 off the McLain card. 4-11, ground ball to short. Oh boy, Stanley is a 4 defender. He's in there for his stick. So ground ball to short, he's a 4, and we rolled a 20, and Stanley makes the backhanded play, flips to first, and scooping it out of the dirt is Cash with plenty of time, so Clark grounds out to Stanley as everyone holds their collective breath. And again, a 4 defender and a 20 is an out 1 on the basic fielding chart. Nice play by Mickey Stanley, a good center fielder, not much of a shortstop. He did play short in the World Series to get his bat in the lineup. Here comes Cesar Cedeno. Here's the pitch from McLain to Cedeno, and that is a 3-12 off the Cedeno card. 3-12, and he works a walk. So Cedeno's on first, and he's an A stealer. And just to tell you how the hold factor works, Freehand is a 1 defender, and that's -4. So if you go to this basic stealing chart, and an A base stealer is 1 for second, 1 through 15, but comes 1 through 11. So he's going to stay put with 1 out. And here comes the Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith. McLain hoping for a double play ball, but these are 2 speedy runners out there. Smith at the plate, Cedeno at first. Here's the pitch to the Wizard of Oz, and that is a 5-7 off the McLain card. 5-7 and a 17. That is a fly ball to center field. Going back on it is Northrup. He reaches up, he makes the catch. Cedeno, it's a fly ball. B bluffs but does not go. So there's 2 outs. I don't know what Cedeno is thinking, hoping to force a throw in, which Northrup didn't fall for. He just threw to the cutoff. And here's Andy Van Slyke. Cedeno will be off on contact. So the -4 brings Cedeno down to a 1 through 10, but the +2 for 2 outs makes it 1 through 12. Van Slyke awaits the Denny McLain offering. Pitch homeward bound, and that is a 1-6 off the Andy Van Slyke card. 1-6. And that's a walk. Denny McLain having a little control issues. So advancing to second is Cedeno. At first is Van Slyke. 1 through 17 base runner. There's 2 outs, 2 on for Terry Pendleton. The Cardinal third baseman had 69 ribbies with a .240 batting average and 5 home runs in 85. Runners would be off on contact. McLain looks in, nods his head. Freehand sets the target. Here's the pitch to Terry Pendleton, and that is a 4-7 off the McLain card. 4-7, and that's a swing and a miss. The side is retired. The Cardinals strand 2. That's Denny McLain's second strikeout. When next the Cardinals come up, it will be the number 9 batter, the catcher, Tom Nieto. So after 2 innings of play, there's no score here in St. Louis between the 1968 Tigers and the 1985 Cardinals. As Jason Parker says, the 85 Cardinals were built around speed. Vince Coleman and Willie McGee were great at stealing bases. Yes, they were. Strat-O-Matic Delaware. I will bear in mind, Mike. Thanks, man. Oh, I missed something up top. Okay. Alrighty. Denny and baseball demos. Denny McLain, no relation to John McLain of Die Hard fame. He could be. I know they both like to gamble a bit. Alright, so here's Dick McCullough. Here's the pitch from the lefty John Tudor to McCullough, and that is a 4-7. A 4-7 off the Tudor card. 4-7, and that is a swing and a miss. And that is Tudor's 4th strikeout, and I'll be back in a moment. And we are back. Thank you for your patience. All right, so McCullough strikes out against Tudor. There's one out in the top of the third. Bobby Cantilano's in the chat. Hope all is well, as that was a father delay. Had to make sure Pop was A-okay. And here comes the number 9 batter, Dick Wirt. Punch and Judy hitter, though he did have 12 home runs. The windup and the pitch from Tudor to Dick Wirt. Can he make it hurt? And that is a 4-7 off the Tudor card. 4-7. No, he can't. Well, it hurts if you're a Tiger fan because that's a strikeout, swing and a miss. Tudor now has 1, 2, 3, 5 Ks. Mark that over here for John Tudor. So 2 outs, top of the order, Mickey Stanley. He's a strikeout victim for Tudor. Stanley trying to keep the inning alive. Here's the pitch, homeward bound, and that is a 4-11. Off the Tudor card, 4-11, fly ball to right field. Going back on it is Andy Van Slyke. He is a 1 defender, and we rolled a 3. So let's go to the handy-dandy basic fielding chart. A 1 and a 3. He makes the running catch, and the side is retired. So Van Slyke makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless here in St. Louis. When next the Tigers come up, it'll be Gates Brown leading things off. Larry Harris, how you doing? Hope all is well, my friend. Has anyone heard from Mike McAllister? Last time we spoke with him in a chat, he was going to the doctors for a procedure, and I have not seen or heard from him since then. I hope all is well with Mike McAllister, that is. All right, here's Tom Nieto to see if he can handle Denny McLain. Here's the pitch to the Cardinal catcher, and that is a 3-9. A 3-9 off the Nieto card. 3-9 and a 1. Nieto hits a shot to the gap. And that's going to take a weird hop and roll around. And the slow-footed catcher is going to wind up at third. 1 through 4 is a triple. The blue 20-sided die is a 1. 5 through 20 would have been a double. So Tom Nieto handles Denny McLain very well. He's standing at third to lead off the bottom of the third. It's how you win big games, unlikely heroes, and right now, Tom Nieto is that unlikely hero as he triples. So Niento's at third, slow as dirt, and here comes Vince Coleman. Coleman lined out to Stanley at short. Here's the pitch to Vince Coleman from Denny McLain, and that is a 2-7 off the Coleman card. 2-7, 1 through 9's a single. We rolled a 5. That is a line shot right up the middle. And a 1-0 lead for the 85 Cardinals. So Vince Coleman comes through in the clutch. A single and a ribby. And the Cards take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of third. And Vince Coleman is a AAA stealer. The hold effect does not work against him. So 1 through 17, he steals second base. Coleman's off and running, and that is a 3. He steals it easy. Coleman stands at second. Again, a AAA stealer, the hold factor will not work. So that doesn't work even when he's running the bases on a base hit. So a AAA stealer now is to steal third is 1 through 11, but he'll stay put. So he's in scoring position with no outs, and here comes Willie McGee. He has a chance to knock in Coleman. Let's see if he can knock that duck in from off the pond. The windup and the pitch from McLain to Willie McGee. What will it be? It's a 1-10 off the McGee card. 1-10, and that's a single to center. And they'll be waving Coleman around. Again, the -4, because he's a AAA. Does that work on that, or is it still -4? I would say no. So he's 1 through 17. Here's a throw to the plate, and he is safe. We rolled a 17, a bang-bang play, and not happy with the call is Freehand, but the man in blue called him safe. They're still arguing and it's 2-0. 85 Cards as McGee picks up an RBI on the single. So McGee's at first, 2-0, no outs. Denny McLain has just felt the pain of a speedy Vince Coleman, steals second and scores on a single. McGee's a double-A base runner. The -4 will affect him. So that's 1 through 13. 1 through 13, and he's going. Willie McGee's going to go. 1 through 13, he's safe. And that's an 8. He is safe. So they're running wild on the Tigers. Willie McGee's at second. So McGee's at second. He's in scoring position for Tommy Herr. Herr struck out in his first plate appearance. There's still no outs. 2-0, 85 Cardinals. Here's the pitch from McLain to Tommy Herr, and that's a 1-3. What will it be? We shall see the 1-3 on the Tommy Herr card. 1-3, line shot. McAuliffe goes leaping in the air, and he makes the catch, robbing Tommy Herr of a base hit and possible RBI. So 1 out, as quickly scrambling back to second is Willie McGee. Here comes Jack the Ripper. He grounded out to Stanley at short. McLain peers over his shoulder, now picks up the sign at the plate. He kicks and fires to Jack the Ripper, and Clark is dealt a 5-5 off the Denny McLain card. 5-5 with a 2, and that ball goes boom! As Jack Clark has crushed that ball to center field, and he will touch them all, and just like that, the Cardinals have a 4-0 lead. So a 5-5 is a home run split of 1-2. The 20-sided die is a 2. The dice gods are with the Redbirds tonight. Boom goes the ball, and Jack Clark touches them all. A 2-run shot for Jack the Ripper. Picks up 2 ribbies. As scoring ahead of him is McGee, and there's still only 1 out. Base is empty now, thanks to the home run from Jack Clark, 4-0. So that bugaboo Denny McLain has the gopher ball, and Jack the Ripper got him. Here's the pitch to Cesar Cedeno. He walked in his first plate appearance, and that is a 3-8. A 3-8 off the Cedeno card. 3-8, and that's a single. As they are roughing up Denny McLain, the Redbirds wanted revenge for 68, and so far they're getting it. McLain being roughed up, worked over the ropes. So Cedeno's at first. He's an A base stealer. He'll hold, though. 1 out. Here's Ozzie Smith. The Wizard of Oz flew out to Northrup in center. McLain peeks to first. Now looks in, picks up the sign. Here's the pitch of the Wizard of Oz, and that is a 1-3. What will it be? We shall see what the 1-3 will be off the Ozzie Smith card. 1-3. Ground ball, McAuliffe. Over to Stanley. On to Cash, and the side is retired on the double play ball. 4-6-3. But the damage is done as the Redbirds score 4. The big blow being the 2-run homer by Jack the Ripper. We go to the top of the 4th, and the Cardinals lead 4-0. When next, that's a really good turn because there's a lot of good speed on that base paths. When next the Cardinals come up, Andy Van Slyke will be leading things off. As Jason Parker says, the Cards are running away with it right now. Yes, they are. Top of the 4th, and Gates Brown will try to start things off. He'll be followed by Al Kaline and Willie Horton to face John Tudor. Tudor has been in a zone. He has struck out 5. Here's the pitch to Gates Brown, who lined out to Tommy Herr, and that is a 4-7 off the Tudor card. 4-7, and that's another strikeout. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and that's strikeout number 6 for Tudor. Remember, John Tudor, 21-8, the former Red Sox, with a 1.93 ERA. I always got sick to my stomach when I saw that as a kid, when we got rid of John Tudor. Alrighty, and I think we sent him to the Pirates first, and then he went to the Cardinals, I think, or something like that. Alrighty, here's the pitch to Al Kaline. He grounded out to short. Tudor deals Kaline a 5-8 off the Tudor card. 5-8. That's a fly ball to center field. Going back a bit to his left is Willie McGee. He makes the catch. That's 2 away. So Tudor just cruising along. 2 outs, base is empty for Willie Horton. He flew out to Willie McGee back in the second. 36 home runs in 68. Tudor looks into Nieto. Nieto sets the target. Here's a pitch to Willie Horton, and that is a 2-5 off the Horton card. 2-5. 1 through 16 is a single. It's a 1, and that is a single to center. So Horton singles, keeps the inning alive. 2 outs. Horton not a threat to steal. 1 through 12 base runner. And with the -3 of Nieto, that is 1 through 9. Here's Bill Freehan, the catcher. Freehan was a strikeout victim of John Tudor in his first plate appearance. Tudor looks quickly to first. Now in at the plate, nods his head. He kicks and deals to Bill Freehan, and that is a 1-10 off the Freehan card. 1-10, and that's a pop-up, sky-high, third base side, drifting in foul territory. Pendleton goes over, makes the catch, and the side is retired. So we go to the bottom of the fourth, 4-0, 85 Cardinals over the 68 Tigers. When next the Tigers come up, it'll be Norm Cash to lead things off. Clinton Parks is in the chat. Another fun channel, all things baseball. How you doing, my friend? So Andy Van Slyke will be followed by Pendleton and Nieto. Nieto started things off with that triple in the third. Here's the pitch to Van Slyke, who walked in his first plate appearance against Denny McLain, and that is a 6-5. 6-5 off the McLain card. 6-5 ground ball to McAuliffe at second. Over to first, 1 down. 4-3 if you're scoring at home, and you should score at home. It's good for your mind. Terry Pendleton, who caught the pop-up to end the top of the fourth, strides to the plate. Pendleton, strikeout victim to McLain. The windup and the pitch from McLain to Pendleton, and that is a 5-7. 5-7, 1 through 6 is a double. We roll a 4, and that's a double, as that's going to split the outfield to right center. And standing at second with 1 out is Terry Pendleton. Danny McLain's not fooling anybody in this game right now. 4-0 lead for the Cards. They're hoping to add more. And here comes Tom Nieto, the slow-footed catcher, mashed a triple and scored the first Cardinal run in the bottom of the third. Chance for Nieto to pick up an RBI here. Pendleton's at second, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Tom Nieto, and that is a 6-9 off the McLain card. 6-9, fly ball to right field C. And that's going to be deep enough. Runners, no, wait, my fault. Runners hold. I was looking at the ground ball. So Nieto flies out to K-line. Holding at second is Pendleton. So 2 outs, top of the order for Vince Coleman. He's 1 for 2. He has a stolen base, a single, and a ribby. Pendleton will be off on contact. Here's the pitch of the speedy Vince Coleman, and that is a 3-7 off the Coleman card. 3-7 ground ball to Stanley at short. He releases quickly, throws low, scooped out of the dirt by Cash, and the side is retired. The Cardinals threaten but do not score. So Coleman's out 6-3. Stanley's made a few nice plays over there at short. We go to the top of the fifth. When next the Cardinals come up, it will be Willie McGee and Bobby McGee. All right, top of the fifth. Tigers have had no luck against John Tudor. Due up to try to change that luck. Cash, Northrup, and McCullough. We go to the chat. Phantomatics there. How you doing, my friend? Anything new from the Oak Island man? Got to check that out. He finds all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Go see Dave Little and ID Gesture, anyone if you'd like. I'm going to play out my game and go there later. All right. Here's Norm Cash. Singled in his first plate appearance. Here's a pitch from Tudor to Cash, and that is a 1-5 off the Cash card. 1-5 ground ball to first. Up with it is Cedeno. He races to the bag and steps on it for out number 1. So Cash grounds out to his counterpart, Cedeno. 1 out. Here comes Jim Northrup, center fielder. Northrup a strikeout victim. Tudor struck out 6. The windup and the pitch from Tudor to Northrup, and that is a 5-4 off the Tudor card. 5-4 ground ball to short. And Ozzie Smith, well, you know he's a 1 rating. That's a 1 and a 2. So a 1 against a 2 roll. And Ozzie Smith makes the diving stop, pops up, and fires to first for the out. The Wizard of Oz. What a play. Say hey hey for what a play in the Wizard of Oz. 2 down. He makes it look so easy. So 2 outs, base is empty for the Tigers' second baseman, Dick McCullough. He struck out in his first plate appearance. Tudor takes a breath, arms down to his chest. He kicks and deals to Dick McCullough, and that is a 5-8 off the Tudor card. 5-8 fly ball to center field, and Willie McGee, he makes the catch. The side is retired. Tudor is in absolute cruise control, folks. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-0 Cardinals. When next the Tigers come up, it'll be Don Wirt to lead things off. Due up for the Cardinals of 1985, McGee, Herr, and Clark. Willie McGee singled, stole the base, and knocked in a run. Denny McLain was roughed up in that bottom of the 3rd, but rebounded well in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch to Willie McGee. And that is a 4-7 off the McLain card. 4-7, and that is a swing and a miss. And that's Denny McLain's 3rd strikeout. 1 down. Tommy Herr steps to the plate, second baseman, lined out to his counterpart, Dick McCullough. McLain deals quickly to Tommy Herr, and that is a 2-10 off the Tommy Herr card. 2 and a 10, and that's a single for Tommy Herr. He takes that ball right back through the box. So Tommy Herr's at first. He's a double-A stealer. And that means double-A 1 through 17 minus 4 is 1 through 13. Tommy Herr's going, and that's a 9. He steals second. That is the 3rd stolen base for the Cardinals. So Tommy Herr stands at second with 1 out, and here comes Jack the Ripper. He had a 2-run blast in his last plate appearance. Prior to that, grounded out to Stanley at short. Can Jack the Ripper do it again? McLain, maybe he comes high and tight. Here's the pitch to the Ripper, and that is a 1-7 to Jack the Ripper off the Clark card. 1-7, swing and a miss. Inside fastball. Clark wanted to jack that out of the ballpark. Had he rolled an 8, he would have. But he didn't. He rolled a 7. So 2 outs. Herr will be off on contact, and his running ability is 1 through 15 minus 4, 1 through 11 plus 2, 1 through 13. And here's Cesar Cedeno. He has walked and singled. Chance to pick up a ribby here. McLain looks to second. Now in at the plate, picks up the sign. Here's the pitch to Cesar Cedeno, and that is a 6-7. 6-7 ground ball to McCullough at second. We got to check the basic fielding chart. McCullough is a 2 fielder, and we rolled a 1. So a 2 and a 1, and that is a single. So Cedeno singles to center. Herr, with 2 outs, becomes a 1 through 13 base runner. They're waving him around, and he is safe. He scores as the dice roll is a 10. And it's now 5-0 Cardinals. They are taking it to the 68 Tigers. Cedeno picks up an RBI with 2 outs. Nice piece of hitting by Cesar Cedeno. So Cedeno's at first. He's an A base stealer. And that would be, again, that's a 1 through 15. So that's 1 through 11. He's going to stay put. And here's Ozzie Smith, the Wizard of Oz. Made that really fabulous play at short. Last plate appearance, he's 0 for 2, but he banged into a double play last time up, 4-6 to 3. Here's the pitch to the Wizard of Oz, and that is a 1-9. A 1-9 off the Ozzie Smith card. 1-9 ground ball right back at McLain. He throws to first, and the side is retired. But the Cardinals tack on one more. They lead 5-0 as we go to the top of the 6th. When next the Cardinals of 1985 come up, it'll be Andy Van Slyke to lead things off. Denny McLain not looking sharp at all. That bad third inning is going to come back to haunt them. They're down 5-0. Due up in the top of the 6th for the Tigers, it's going to be Wirt, Stanley, and Brown. This might be the last time Wirt will see an at-bat here. Down by 5. John Tudor has struck out 6, giving up no runs. He deals to Don Wirt, and that is a 2-7. He was a strikeout victim his first plate appearance. 2-7, 2-7, and that is a 6. And Don Wirt, some power there, and that's going to be off the wall. He did have 12 home runs. He just missed one there. He'll have a leadoff double. The split on the 2-7 was 1 through 6. We rolled a 6. That's a double. Anything else would have been a single. So Don Wirt doubles. And will this be the start that the Tigers need? They're down 5-0. Wirt's at second. 1 through 12 base runner. Eve Steeler -3 makes him 1 through 9. Mickey Stanley comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out to right and struck out. The windup and the pitch from Tudor to Stanley, and that is a 3-6 off the Stanley card. 3-6, and that's a walk. So a good job. 3-6 is a walk. Good job by Stanley to get on first and second now. Tigers need base runners, and the first 2 runners have gotten on. Hello, Max Cornelius. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. And here's Gates Brown. One swing of the bat by Gates Brown could pull the 68 Tigers to within 2. Gates Brown on the game is 0 for 2. He's lined out to second and struck out. Tudor nods his head. Nieto sets the target. Here's the pitch to Gates Brown, and that is a 2-11 off the Brown card. 2-11. Hard hit ball to her to Smith, Smith to Cedeno, double play. Advancing to third on the double play is Don Wirt. So Brown bangs into the 4-6 to 3. So 2 outs. Wirt stands at third, 90 feet away from the Tigers finally getting their first run, but it's up to Al Kaline now, the right fielder. Kaline's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flown to center. Tudor's ready to work. He deals to Al Kaline, and that is a 5-4 off the Tudor card. 5-4, ground ball, Ozzie Smith. He's a 1 defender against a 16 roll. A 1-16. Throws to first, and the side is retired. Ozzie Smith is smooth and cool as the other side of the pillow. The Tigers threaten, but the double play ball by Gates Brown takes him out of the inning. Kaline grounds out with a runner at third. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-0, 85 Cardinals over the 68 Tigers. When next the Tigers come up, it will be Willie Horton to lead things off. Denny McLain will face Van Slyke, Pendleton, and Nieto. Andy Van Slyke has walked and grounded out. Here's the pitch from McLain to Van Slyke. The white die almost jumped the shark, but he didn't. And that is a 3-4 off the Van Slyke card. 3-4, pop-up. Second baseman McCullough on the outfield grass makes the catch. 1 away. And here comes Terry Pendleton. Pendleton is struck out in double. Was stranded on base. The windup and the pitch to Pendleton. McLain deals Pendleton a 1-3. What will it be? We shall see on the 1-3. 1-3. He jams him. Pop up right side. This time the first baseman, Cedeno's calling for it. I'm sorry, Cash is calling for it. And he makes the catch. So there's 2 away. 2 consecutive pop-ups on the right side. First McCullough, then Cash. And here's the number 9 batter, the catcher, Tom Nieto. He has tripled and scored and flown out to right. McLain looking for a 1-2-3 inning to keep it a 5-run deficit. He kicks and fires to Nieto, and Tom Nieto gets a 5-12 off the Denny McLain card. 5-12, fly ball deep to right. And, excuse me, K-line is a 1 fielder against a 19, a 1 against 1-19. Roll the 20-sided die again. And that's a 1-1. And K-line makes a fabulous running catch and bangs into the wall. Nieto gave it a ride, but just not enough. Another nice play by K-line. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. We go to the top of the 7th, 5-0. St. Louis Cardinals. When next they come up, Vince Coleman will be leading things off. Revenge looking sweet for the 85 Cardinals, wanting to avenge their brethren of 1968. John Tudor has gone 6 innings so far, struck out 6, and has given up no runs. He will face Horton, Freehand, and Cash. Willie Horton, the left fielder, is 1 for 2. He singled and has flown to center. Here's the pitch to Willie Horton. Will he hear a who? We shall see. That's a 1-11 off the Horton card. 1-11, ground ball to Ozzie Smith. At short, he throws to first, 1 away. And here comes Bill Freehand, the catcher. 25 home runs. He'd love to go yard off Tudor. Tudor gave up 14 gopher balls in 85. Freehand's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop-out. The windup and the pitch from Tudor, and Freehand gets a 2-7. 2-7, ground ball to third. Pendleton throws across the diamond for out number 2. 5-3 if you're scoring at home. Again, it's good for your mind. Score at home. So 2 outs, base is empty. John Tudor in absolute cruise control will face Norm Cash, the first baseman. He's 1 for 2. And Tudor's only given up 2 hits, it looks like. And one of them is by Cash. He's also grounded out to first. The windup and the pitch to Norm Cash, and that is a 1-4 off the Cash card. 1-4, pop-up, second base side. Her calling for it makes the catch, and the side is retired. John Tudor has been in fuego. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 5-0, 85 Cardinals. When next the Tigers come up, it'll be Jim Northrup to lead things off. Their bats have to get going. As Jason Parker says, nothing gets past the Wizard of Oz. As Clinton Park says, what is this, the Gas House Gang? I have that team too. We featured them on the channel, Card and Dice. Excuse me as I take a sip of ginger ale. Such a windy, cold day these past 2 days here in Massachusetts. All right, here's Vince Coleman. Coleman is 1 for 3. He has singled, stolen a base, and had a ribby. McLain deals to Coleman, and that is a 1-3. What will it be? We shall see on the 1-3. That is a walk, which means it's going to be a double. So Coleman walks. He's a AAA base stealer. So 1 through 17, he is safe at second. He steals second once again as we roll a 6. And that's his second stolen base for the Go-Go Cardinals. So Coleman stands at second. Here comes Willie McGee. He's 1 for 3. He's grounded out, singled, stolen a base, RBI, struck out in his last plate appearance. McLain deals to McGee. Coleman's at second, and that is a 5-3. What will it be off the McLain card? 5-3, ground ball back to McLain. And he is a 2 fielder and a 15. So let's look at the basic fielding chart. As we quickly flip it over, he's a 2-15, out 3, man at second, so he's going to hold. Let me just double check anything weird. Runner on first is out, double play, blah, 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 no double play. Runner on first is out going to second, providing completion of a double play. There is no other runners advance one base. But there is no double play. Ball hit back to the pitcher. I'm going to say the runner stays at second. So Coleman's at second as McGee grounds out 1-3. Here comes Tommy Herr. He's singled and scored a run. Also, Coleman and McGee have also scored. I failed to say that. Here's the pitch to Tommy Herr from McLain. And that is a 4-5 off the Denny McLain card. 4-5, and that's a strikeout. And that is Denny McLain's 5th strikeout. For Denny McLain. So there are 2 outs. Coleman's at second. Here comes Jack the Ripper. Jack Clark is 1 for 3. He's grounded out to short. Blasted a 2-run homer and struck out in his last plate appearance. Here's the pitch to Jack the Ripper. Denny McLain deals the Ripper a 5-5. 5-5 and a 6. And Jack the Ripper jacks another one deep to left center field. It's going to hit the wall, and that's going to be a double. Scoring from second is Vince Coleman. The Jack man has picked up his 3rd ribby on the 2-out double. So Jack Clark has homered and doubled and knocked in 3. And it's now 6-0. As Coleman easily trots home from second. He just missed his 2nd home run, Jack the Ripper. And here's Cesar Cedeno. He's 2 for 2. He has walked once, 2 singles, and a ribby. Clark stands at second, 1 through 13 base runner. Here's the pitch to Cedeno, and that is a 5-8. McLain's, let's see if he can get through this inning. 5-8. And that's a strikeout. So he picks up his 6th strikeout, but the Cardinals score another one. We go to the top of the 8th. And it's 6-0, 1985 Cardinals over the 1968 Tigers. When next the 85 Cardinals come up, it'll be Ozzie Smith. Tigers down 6 with 6 outs to go. They'll send up Northrup, McCullough, and probably a pinch hitter for Wirt. Here's the pitch to Jim Northrup, who is 0 for 2. And that is a 1-5 off the Northrup card. So Tudor deals Northrup a 1-5 ground ball to her. Throws to Cedeno, 1 away. John Tudor is in a zone, as they say. So 1 out in the top of the 8th. And Dick McCullough comes up to second baseman. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout to center. Tudor deals quickly to McCullough. And that is a 6-4. Tudor hoping to show McCullough the door on the 6-4. 6-4. Line shot. Cedeno goes leaping in the air, and he makes the catch. Tudor tips his cap to his first baseman. 2 away. And Don Wirt actually doubled. And with 2 outs, we're going to let him swing away. Here's the pitch to Don Wirt. Tudor looking for a 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals. And that is a 4-7. 4-7 off the Tudor card. 4-7. Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 7. Probably shouldn't have pinched hit for him, but oh well. And Tudor now has 7 strikeouts, I believe. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 6-0 Cardinals when next the Tigers come up for their last call. Last call for alcohol at 2 year through will be the top of the order. Mickey Stanley. So Denny McLain's still in the game. He'll face Ozzie Smith, Andy Van Slyke, and Terry Pendleton. If anyone gets on, Nieto, the catcher. Here's the pitch to Ozzie Smith, and that is a 5-4. 5-4 off the McLain card. 5-4 ground ball to third base and Dick Wirt. He's a 1. And we rolled an 11, so 1-11. Wirt backhands the ball, throws to first for out number 1. Ozzie Smith is retired, 5-3. Here comes Andy Van Slyke. Here's the pitch from McLain to Van Slyke, and that is a 3-11 off the Van Slyke card. 3-11, ground ball to first. Up with it is Cash. He throws to McLain, covering the bag. 2 away. So 2 outs, base is empty for Terry Pendleton, who is 1 for 3. He has struck out, doubled, and popped out to first. McLain rocks and fires to Pendleton. That is a 1-4 off the Terry Pendleton card. 1-4, fly ball out to left field. Going back towards the line is Horton. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. We go to the top of the 9th. As we say, last call for alcohol at 2 you're through. And the 2 a.m. bell is right about to ring for the 68 Tigers, who have taken it on the chin. They're down 6-0. They have the top of the order, Stanley, Brown, and K-Line. John Tudor hoping to go the distance and pick up the shutout. He's gone 8 strong, struck out 7, and he's only given up 3 hits, 2 singles and a double from a quick peek. Let's count the strikeouts quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. Let's see if he strikes out the side. That'll be 10. Mickey Stanley, 0 for 2. A strikeout, a flyout, and a walk. The windup and the pitch from Tudor, and that is a 5-5 off the Tudor card. 5-5, and that's a strikeout. Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 8. Cardinals throw the ball around. Not even the umpires can save the day for the Tigers. Here's Gates Brown. Brown has been a strikeout victim. Banged into a double play and lined out to second. Tudor deals to Gates Brown. That is a 3-5 off the Brown card. 3-5. And there goes the shutout, folks. Gates Brown crushes that hanging curveball. Dead center field. And it's 6-1. 3-5, a home run for Gates Brown. The fans give Tudor some polite applause as Brown touches them all after boom goes the ball. So it's 6-1, Tigers down by 5. Here comes Al K-Line. There's some milling in the Cardinal bullpen now. Al K-Line's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flown out. Here is the pitch to K-Line. Tudor deals Al K-Line a 4-12 fly ball to right field. Andy Van Slyke makes the catch from his counterpart, so there's 2 away. Fans on their feet clapping, and here comes Willie Horton. Willie Horton, the last gasp effort. Willie Horton is 1 for 3. He has flown out to center, singled and grounded out to short. 6-1. 85 Cardinals looking to slam the door on the 68 Tigers. Tudor nods his head, takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest, the windup and the pitch to Willie Horton. Will the game stay alive? It is a 3-8 off the Horton card. 3-8, swing and a miss! And that's the ball game, folks. John Tudor has struck out 9, and he will be player of the game. John Tudor. The Tigers finally do get a run on the 1-out homer in the top of the 9th by Gates Brown, but they succumb to John Tudor and the 85 Cardinals, 6-1. So these Redbirds get revenge for their brethren of 1968. John Tudor, once again, player of the game, with his 9 strikeouts and only giving up 4 hits. Unfortunately, if you're a Cardinal fan, he loses the shutout as Gates Brown's homers. And that's it, folks. Let's go see ID Gesture now and Dave Little. I appreciate everyone who stayed here. Thank you to Jason Parker. As he says, the 85 Cardinals should have won the World Series. Absolutely. The umpire blew the call. Bobby Cantilano, Max Cornelius. Thank you. Clinton Parks, check out that fun baseball channel along with Max Cornelius. Phantomatic, thank you very much, my friend. How is Max Cornelius? We got to make you, Mr. Max, a moderator. All right. There we go. Strat-O-Matic Delaware, another wonderful channel. Sports Time Machine with Mr. Utah Mike, another great fun channel in our community. Please check them all out. Larry Harris, thank you very much. Baseball Demos, another fun channel in our community. And friend of the channel. Let me scroll up. Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming, absolutely wonderful channel. And Joester Cards and Coins, thank you very much. That's a new channel I subscribe to. I recommend it highly for anybody else. So health and happiness. I'm going to go watch ID Gesture and Dave Little and their interview now. Please feel free to come over and join me and see our good friends ID Gesture and Dave Little. Till next time, God bless. Watch out for the curveball in the dirt. Health and happiness. You know what's coming, folks. Peace!